they grow up, children have the right to feel safe, be educated, and be treated with affection. Parents have a duty to ensure these rights are being met until they are fully grown up. So tell me, Diane, I've heard about this thing called equal shared parental responsibility. What does that mean?
Well, it's interesting because people hear this term all the time, and it's a concept that's come about since July 2006 when there was a significant change in the law. The change in the law saw the introduction of this concept, if I can put it that way, and the presumption that both parents should share equally in parental responsibility for their children. This means that parents should have, and I might add, where appropriate, the ability to both make important decisions in relation to their children. So for example, long-term health decisions, long-term schooling decisions, what school they're going to go to. So that term has evolved from that.
So if the court ordered equal shared parental responsibility, does that mean that the children will need to see each parent equally as well?
No. So, and people get confused by that, I think, because the word equal is used, equal shared parental responsibility. Equal shared parental responsibility, if that applies, does not mean the children will necessarily spend equal time with each of their parents. Instead, if the court is of the view that the term equal shared parental responsibility should apply in that person's instance, the court has to consider equal time first. And then if the court is of the view that equal time is not in the children's best interest, because there comes that paramount consideration that we spoke about in our last video. So if you want to know what's in the child's best interest, go and go back and have a listen to the last video. But in terms of what the court needs to do, if the court does order equal shared parental responsibility, they have to consider equal time as an option, but they will only order that if it's in the kid's best interest and if it's practicable, because as you can appreciate, if one person lives in Cairns and another person lives in Mackay, equal time is probably not going to be practicable.
Yeah.
And then if the court is of the view that equal time is not best or practicable, they then look at what we call a substantial and significant time arrangement, which may be something like 4 or 5 nights a fortnight, for example. So I suppose what people forget is that when we have this equal shared parental responsibility, they then think, oh, well, that means the other person's got to have equal time. It doesn't mean that. It does mean the court needs to consider equal time as an option, but it doesn't mean that that's what's best for the children.
So knowing all that you do, have you got any do's and don'ts in regards to this?
Look, there are a few. The biggest one is don't involve your children in adult issues, particularly those that have led to your relationship breaking down. Do provide support to your children. Whilst you're hurting, they will be also. It's really important to tell them that you love them. And whilst it may be hard, it's probably important to tell them that their other parent loves them as well.
Yeah.
Don't say bad things about your former partner. Your children are a product of you and them, and often consider themselves half of one person and half of the other. If you make negative remarks about that other parent, you're at the same time hurting them. Do be positive about the time the children are spending with the other parent as well. As much as it's really hard, try not to question them about that time they are spending with the other parent. Be positive about it. There's a couple.
Great advice. So both parents do have a responsibility of their child, but going through a separation can cause some confusion on how these responsibilities will work moving forward. So if you have any questions whatsoever, definitely get in touch with the team at Ruhl Family Law Centre today. They can certainly help you out.